Virgo, welcome to Star Tarot. This is your September general read for 2018, and this message will not resonate for everyone. It couldn't possibly. So just pick up what I'm putting down that does and simply leave the rest, okay? Also, keep in mind that time is non existent in the spiritual world, so uh, these events may have already started to happen, may trickle into October. I feel very strongly about that. And may even flow into the first part of November. So just, be mindful of that. And we're just going to go ahead and jump right into your reading, Virgo. Okay? So I did lay out your cards here, I did meditate over them, and some of the messages aren't exposed yet. Haven't, looked at them myself, but we did get the Healing Sounds card for the month of October. So I'm very excited for you, Virgo, because this is going to be a very, very pivotal moment in your life. This is going to be healing in more ways than one. This is healing of the body, the mind, and the soul. All of it together is definitely going to come full circle. If you look at this image in the photo, in the back there is the moon and the sun coming together as one. There is water down below this individual here, washing away all of the old residue. And if you can see, I can see it probably more clearly than you can, there is some wind energy here that's definitely going to be able to whisk away all of the broken pieces within yourself that do need to assist in this mind, body, and soul healing. So you have a very unique healing process that is going to be happening for you. So that should be very, very exciting. There has been a lot of transformation, a lot of growth in September, a lot of healing for the month of October for a lot of signs. But for you all, you're going to get this in three different aspects. So the earth and the universe is coming together collectively to make sure that the healing is definitely going to take place in more ways than one for you, Virgo. So this is exciting, exciting times for you. This is a very beautiful reading so far. We'll see what the rest of this has to say, but just taking a look at it from this standpoint, this is going to be something that is really going to allow you to go into the next stage of your life, and that should be very positive. Now, the focus for you in the month is physical body. Now, when we're talking about physical body, of course, yes, you're going to want to be very mindful. Whoops. You're going to want to be very mindful of healing your body when it comes to eating right and getting enough rest and, exercising, all those great things. Yes, we know as humans we need to do, but this card specifically is focusing on your mind. Your mind is definitely the source of how your body responds and bringing in a lot of positive energy versus negative energy. And so when we're talking about making sure that your physical body is in full healing mode and allowing this full transformation of healing to take place, you need to make sure that there are no negative thoughts or negative situations that are downloading within you, Virgo, because this is definitely going to block you from this wonderful, beautiful healing that is being given to you as a gift. So just be very cognitive of the things that you think, the things that you say, and the individuals around you that could download negative energy that's going to go against the positive energy that you're going to need in order to heal. So you are in control. This is your homework. your focus of the month is the physical body. The mind is in control of your body. And so, positive vibes only for the month of October. Now, when I went into your reading, just to get a clear idea of why this healing process is so important, the Five of Wands presented itself to show that there is a lot of conflict, there's tension, there's a lot of stress that could possibly already be happening or will happen here in the near future. But I do get the sense that the tension has been building for some time and it may just happen to surface. And this is why it's very imperative that in the month of October, you kind of clean up this energy here. Now, the case scenarios here, there are several, so I need you to hang in here with me, Virgo. I'm feeling like for a large group of you, you are very misunderstood when it comes to being a Virgo. I have a lot of Virgos in my life, and for Virgos, period, they get this reputation of things need to be done by me because I have a calculated plan. I know how I want this to roll out, how I'm looking at this end result, and I know that I can do this. I'm the man for the job. I think we talked about this in your last reading. And so I think that you do get a lot of misunderstandings coming your way because a lot of people do perceive that as you being very egotistical and thinking that you are the only one that can do it because you are the better person for the job, for the project, the leader in the relationship, and that's really not the case. You do have good intentions, Virgo. You are the King of Cups. You are really warm-hearted, and you do want to take on these projects, lead this relationship, so forth, because you do feel up for the job. Not that you feel maliciously that you are the better person, is that you've already thought this through. You already have an organized mindset of how you want this to play out. And so this can cause a lot of confliction, a lot of tension, a lot of stress in any area of the life. But with the King of Cups, this can be read in many different ways, and we will read this in many different ways for this particular reading. So for some of you, you are the warm-hearted individual, and this represents you. For some of you, you know that there are some conflicts that are going on, and you feel like this needs to be resolved. And the King of Cups is, getting to the heart of the matter. And it also represents following your heart. So you do these things because you're following your heart, because you want to do them, but it's being perceived as, like I said, being in competition, like I'm the better one, and that's not the case. So this is where I see this misunderstanding happening. Now, for some of you, this conflict is there is an individual in your life who is the competitive person, who is the one that brings in a lot of stress, a lot of tension into the relationship, and you being the warm-hearted individual, this is where there's the conflict, because the two of your personalities are colliding, and it's causing arguments, or caused a rather large argument, because this has been a buildup. All right, so for others, this is a family situation because of maybe possibly your stand up, take charge personality. Maybe your family members or friends are taking this again as you being in competition, stirring the pot, so to speak. And this has been a long time coming, and this causes a major argument or just ongoing, tension and stress. But either way, however it resonates for you, this does need to be resolved, because what is happening is this is causing you to be in the Eight of Swords energy, the you're feeling trapped, you're feeling emotionally trapped in the sense of feeling misunderstood, or if you are the person that's dealing with someone that has this very combative personality and you're the warm-hearted individual, you love this person and you want this to be resolved, but you're feeling trapped because you don't, you're walking on eggshells. You don't want to rock, you don't want to rock the boat. Even in family situations, this could definitely be the case. Now, um, this here could also be that you have an internal battle with yourself. And in this internal battle and tension, this is the way that you feel about yourself. This is the way that you feel about things that have happened to you in the past. And maybe you do have a warm hearted individual. It could be a relationship, it could be a friend, it could be a family member. They're the warm hearted individual, and you are um, conflicted within yourself, and you're not really expressing your emotions, your feelings, and you're kind of closed off emotionally because of the old hurts and the old, disappointment that could have happened with the family members or in the relationship. And so you're totally closed off when it comes to emotions. You're totally tied into not being emotionally available. Okay, so you're feeling trapped, and this could be causing some tension. Now, with this, I also see emotional confliction. So that's why with the Five of Wands and this, I did say that this could be an internal struggle for you. It could be causing some type of depression, or you're having some dark moments. And these people or this individual doesn't really understand what is going on. They're the warm-hearted individual. They don't understand that you have this conflict within yourself because of the things that have happened to you. So either way, there is an entrapment here. Now, this could be also with the Eight of Swords that for some of you, there is some type of not only mental injury, but there is some physical injury. Maybe some of you aren't physically able to do certain things now, and because you are Virgo and you do love to be able to do that, and you're not physically able because of an injury that's happened to you, and you're still trying to be this do-it-all type of person, there's this inner conflict within yourself or other individuals, because you're wanting to still be in the game and be able to do things. Like I said, there's so many different case scenarios here. There's so much that I see in this reading. So like I said before, pick up what I'm putting down that resonates and leave the rest. It's sometimes with emotional injury, those are all the emotions and all the situations that have happened to you causing depression. You could be feeling some physical ailments as well, because that's what happens in depression. You're not able to get up and do the things that you want to do, and it's making you feel overall trapped in your mind and in your body, which goes into this physical body, making sure you're bringing in the positive and pushing out the negative. And this is why it's so important that you have this trio of healing when it comes to the mind, body, and soul. So I know that that was just a lot right there, but I'm trying to give the message for as many people, and this is what Spirit's telling me. There's more than one or even two or three case scenarios here. But either way, no matter how this resonates for you, there is a journey with the Three of Wands that is going to take place. And for me, the Three of Wands is a spiritual journey. Now, I know the traditional reading for the Three of Wands is action and adventure. And you can still look at a spiritual journey as being adventure and taking action. But for this read, I really do believe that for a lot of you, this is a spiritual journey that you will be taken on. And that goes back into this healing process here. If you look at this card, there is so much to be said about it, and this is why this for me is spiritual healing. Now, for some of you, you can be possibly going on a physical, actual trip. You might be traveling to get away from all of this chaos and you know, stress, and you might be traveling. So this could signify that. For others, this is, and you might even still in that travel be seeking some spiritual journey. So you might be on the physical spiritual journey, but for a lot of you, this is an emotional spiritual journey that is going to happen. Now, in the photo, this individual is looking at the path ahead. She knows that this is a journey that needs to be taken, and she's definitely up for it. Now, this is not gender based, this can be for male or female. Now, you do see that there's windy roads, you know, there's mountains, so there's going to be valleys of the high and low. There's dark, you know, valleys that you're going to be in, but you're up for it. You know that this is what's needed. You're going to take the little bit of light that you do have and allow that to direct your steps along the way. Now, beyond the horizon, it's dark over here and exactly where you are, but there is light at the end of the tunnel, and you are going to need to get to the end of the tunnel of light in order to move on into this positive direction. And so for some of you, you already know that, right? You already feel that. And for some of you, you are going to have some assistance with your spirit guides, with the universe. Whoever you call on spiritually is going to be there to help you, to give you enough motivation to go on this journey, this spiritual journey. Now, the Knight of Wands always speaks of speed, you know, taking action right away, which is really nice next to the Three of Wands, but it also symbolizes roadblocks being cleared for you. So with these two things being together, just know that in the Three of Wands, the journey is taking place, you're up for it. The Knight of Wands means that you need to do this, you want to do this right away, but it also lets you know that with the Knight of Wands, all of the obstacles that stood in your way to be able to travel down this journey in the past is definitely going to be cleared for you. This is going to be a divine intervention. They're going to come in speed, light, you know, activity. The spirit guides, the universe, the God that you call on is going to be there to quickly roll these blocks out of your way, because, you know, they know that you're coming. This is an important journey. This needs to happen. So the Four of Cups, this is, when we read this, typically this is being bored and not really wanting to take an offer, but this could also be emotionally unavailable. This is because of the past hurts, because of the past disappointments, not wanting to take an offer, but it also symbolizes you wondering if, you know, love is going to happen or positive things going to come your way. And when this card comes up and you're asking these questions, the answer is yes, it will, but you have to make sure that you're emotionally prepared to accept these things that are coming your way. Now, we typically read this in terms of love, and for a lot of you, this is pertaining to love. But this also is, in this reading, representing, you know, possible offers that could come to you from family members or, you know, work opportunities, those sort of things. You think that you're ready, you feel that you're ready, but this is just the beginning of you asking these questions to yourself. What do I want? What do I need? You know, and until those questions are answered, until that healing process takes place, you're not going to be able to fully commit to things. You're not going to be able to start school when you're emotionally still, you know, operating out of this. You're just coming out of this. Okay, am I emotionally fulfilled? Am I emotionally ready? Am I emotionally prepared to take on a relationship, or am I still holding on to the past hurts? Have you gone to school or tried to start a business before and it didn't happen because, you know, maybe it didn't work out and you had disappointment? Maybe you trusted family members before or tried to build a connection before and it didn't happen. And so now you are like, you know what, I don't really know, you know. And so to me, this is contemplation and restlessness. Thinking that you're ready, but asking yourself, are you really? And so there's a little bit of a pause there. But the good thing is that before you were bounded and you had a blindfold on, and now that this spiritual journey is starting to take place and the roadblocks are stopping anything that would hinder you from moving forward, you're able to take that moment to think. You might be restless in this thinking, but this is necessary to contemplate before moving in on any specific situation. But the good news is that in that victory will come. Because if you don't know what you want, if you don't assess what's really going on, if you don't take that pause, you could jump into things or not take risk on things that possibly could be the one or the right fit for you. But you do have victory in the sense that on this spiritual journey, there will be a Five of Cups moment. And for a lot of people, Five of Cups is a very devastating card. But for me, it's positive because this is what healing is all about. This is the regurgitation of any old past hurts, loss, feelings of disappointment that you've experienced before in the past. Now that you've taken this time and you're going on this journey, this is going to resurface and come up out of you, Virgo. Because there's one thing that I know about Virgo is that Virgo, you guys tend to, and this is why some of this conflict is coming up against you for the situations of where you're misunderstood. You tend to operate out of your feelings. You don't necessarily express your feelings. You say things and do things based on your feelings, and you don't give people the the whole story of why you're doing this or what your true intentions are. You kind of hold those in, and then you just do and you just say, and people don't understand why you're doing and saying these things. And you do have good intentions. There is a reason to why you're doing it. There's a rhyme to the reason of everything that you do. But this right here is you really being in touch with your emotions, you really releasing some of the old hurts and pain and loss and disappointments within yourself, other people, situations. And so now once that comes up out, you're able to celebrate in the fact that you're able to do that now. You're able to let your hair down. You're able to fully express and celebrate yourself and be with other people, be more sociable. And people see you more in this state of being able to be in unity, to celebrate with them. And so it alleviates this feeling, this energy of confliction, of stress, of tension. And so this could be that you're celebrating the fact that in this Five of Cups moment, you realize that you don't want to deal with the hurt and the pain and the stress anymore, and you move on from a situation, or you just deal with the emotions accordingly, and you're now able to express this effectively. Either way, or simply just letting go of something or someone in this grieving moment, and you realize that you've held yourself back from the world, you've held yourself back from celebrating and being with the people around you that love and acknowledge you, and maybe you're opening up more emotionally. So now people really get you. Now people understand you, and you're not as misunderstood as you thought. Or in your grieving moment, there's people that are here to support you in this. Either way, when you look at the Five of Cups, there is a crescent moon here. You're not really full there, you know? There's just a part of you. There's parts that are starting to come out, but in the end game, you're whole, you're full again, and it's right above you. So this is definitely a good time for you. It's going to be a very painful time. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be necessary. Okay, Virgo? This is necessary in order for you to move on to the next stage of your life. And so with this reading here, I wanted to pull a healing card for you. And so this card here is from my Earth Warriors Oracle deck, and I use this for deep healing messages and that sort of thing, and I love this deck. They are beautiful, but they do have a certain depth to them. And because we're talking about healing here, I thought it was appropriate to bring these out. And so the card that came out was Eggshell. Yes, this is healing. This is like the medicine woman of healing, and this is medicine of the rainbow jaguar. So Let's go ahead and just read a little bit of this message so that we can see why this card showed up, okay? So it says you are going through a transition. Cultivate hope and stay true to your intentions. Let nothing divert you from your true path. If you have a new project, vision, or lifestyle that you are seeking to bring into the world, Ishel is guiding and guarding you for a healthy birth. She also brings a message that there are times when fierceness is necessary. It is important that you cut off negative sources completely at this time and do not allow yourself to be used or exploited. This is not the time to indulge someone else's ego or go against your own inner knowing in order to give someone the benefit of the doubt. Trust your instincts and break immediately from what isn't right for you. This will bring you new opportunities and situations that are worthy of your passionate devotion. Absolutely, what we were just talking about when it talks about let nothing divert you from your path. Don't let anything come against your journey here. We talked about this with the positive mindset, and cutting off the negative. Getting out of this energy here. All right? And so this is definitely, and when they talk about the your own inner knowing, finding out what it is that you would like to do and getting victory in that. So this is why this card is here. But we are going to, for those individuals that are, this is a love situation, I did pull some love romance oracle cards to clarify that. Okay, unrequited love. There's not enough love, attraction, or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Y'all are gonna have to forgive me. I'm coming down with some type of throat something or congestion, so I get tongue tied with these readings. But this is definitely for those who are in a situation that is toxic, what we were talking about with the Five of Wands. This energy of the person that is really combative, it's almost coming off negative, and they're saying that there's not enough attraction or chemistry. You guys don't have the same chemistry because you are in the King of Cups for this case scenario. So there's not enough love. Now, for some of you that are holding back love from someone, they might be feeling that there's not enough love or attraction coming from your end. Take it how it resonates. Very soon, it says clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Absolutely. And that's what I was talking about in the Four of Cups energy there. You have to decide what it is that you want to do so that you can bring that in. The law of attraction says that when you give out positive, you receive positive. We are what we attract. If we're broken, we receive people that are broken. People that are broken come our way. So you have to decide. If you don't want something all jacked up, you can't be jacked up. Do you understand what I'm saying? All right. So separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So for some of you that are dealing with a Five of Wands, there's going to be some separation, and definitely that needs to happen because that's negative, right? Now, if you are the person that's having some inner conflict and there is this warm-hearted individual and you're conflicted and you're trying to figure this out on this journey, you might need to separate until you figure out what it is that you want, because you might be half-assing a relationship. You definitely will be half-assing this relationship if you do that. And so you might need to take a moment to separate yourself so that you can come back healthy and whole and pick up where you left off, if that is the case for you. Absolutely. Free yourself. It's time to take control of your life. It's time for you to take control of your life. And this just boils down for every case scenario. You need to take control, And there is some control that happens because you're here, you're all bound up and blindfolded. Then the blindfolds come off and you're able to lean more into what you're needing and wanting. And then there is a release moment where you release it and you let all of it up and out and you let it go. And that is what healing is about. That's what freeing yourself is all about. Now, I did want to go ahead and pull one more card here, and this is, I love these cards. These are postcards from the Spirit, and these are oracle cards that just have a message on them from the Spirit. I think this is very appropriate because you do have some spirit guides, you do have the universe, you do have God or whoever you resonate with in your spirituality, if you are spiritual at all. And there is a message that needs to come across to you. And so we're going to read this message in closing, and this is going to be what your overall guidance, regardless of what your situation is. Okay, Virgo? So it says, did you know that when you stop fighting and accept everything exactly as it is right now, miracles start to happen? There is a freedom in this kind of radical acceptance. So wow, just wow. All right, well, this was your message for the month of October, Virgo. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you acknowledge it. And, I'm really excited for this healing process for you. And just embrace and see what other opportunities open up for you from here, Virgo. I hope to see you on the other side in love and light.